Hey, what's up, everyone? Back again, working on the Murray Monterey. Um, Restoration is coming along really well. Um, I have a new seat that's pretty nice looking. Goes great with the new grips I put on. So one of the things that I'm going to show you guys today, actually not one of the things, but the main topic I'm going to show you guys today is removing rust. Now I have been doing this wrong my entire life, and I only just a few days ago realized the correct way to do it. Um, so I'm going to show you the mistakes that I've been making and how to correct those mistakes. All right, let's get started. Alright, now there's not a whole lot of rust on the bike. There's a little bit here underneath the bottom of the handlebars. So I'm going to work on that. There's a little bit too on the top of the frame, but it's nothing major. So I'm going to leave that alone. Um, we also have a little bit that was down here. I've cleaned most of it off the incorrect way. Which isn't that big of a deal. It's actually really hard to tell that I did it the incorrect way. Tiny little bit at the end of kickstand, but besides that, there's hardly anything on here. The reason I'm going to show you guys doing it on here, even though there's very little rust, is because this is the only bike I have where there's rust that's on actual chrome. Um, so this is chrome over steel, is what this is made of. So for years, I have been using these to remove rust. This is basically a really rough sponge. Um, it's similar to steel wool. It's a bit finer though. Steel wool is thicker. But besides the thickness, this is pretty much the same stuff. The problem with using this or using steel wool is that it will scratch up your metal. So I actually mistakenly used this down here, and you can kind of see that it has scratched up the rim a little bit, which is nothing that's real major. It's not a huge deal. It's down there in a spot that, I mean, it's okay. Once you have scratched it up, to my knowledge, there's nothing else you can really do to fix it. So don't use this. Do not use this. This is what I've been doing my whole life. Do not use this at all. What we will do, and this seems really weird, we're going to use water and aluminum foil to clean off rust. So again, you can't do this on painted surfaces because it will take off the paint. The reason this works on chrome is because the aluminum foil, it's a stronger, more sturdy, it's a harder material than the rust is. So it'll scratch the rust off. But the aluminum foil is not as hard as the chrome that's over the steel. So it will not scratch up the chrome. So this is the best way to do it. And the water, I guess you don't necessarily need the water. It just helps it. It just makes it rub around a lot easier than if you just have dry foil. So yeah, so I'll show you guys how this works. Alright, so we are kind of running out of daylight here. So I'm going to just show you close up. These rust spots are right there. A couple little spots going along right there. I'm going to set you back on the tripod so that you can see that, because it's hard to see from back here. Okay, I got my water and my aluminum foil, so I'm going to take it and it'll take a couple of minutes to do this, but it will work. Alright, so I've been at it for a couple minutes. The sun is starting to go down, and I'm actually shooting this on Halloween, so I'm expecting some trick-or-treaters to start coming by pretty quick. I'm going to go ahead and pop this off the tripod. I'm not completely done yet, but see, look at that. Most of that rust is gone. There's just a tiny little bit of, just a little tiny bit that's there that I need to get again. I just need to go over that. My grips did get a little bit wet right here, but that's no big deal. I will dry those out, and then I'm going to respray some water protectant leather spray on there, like I did in the video when I installed these. But yeah, so that's the basic idea. You know, remove rust with water and aluminum foil. It takes it right off. Just the important thing to keep in mind is that it does take time, so you got to be patient, and you just got to stick with it, and it'll take it all off and get it looking nice and good. I mean, if you look at, if you go back to when I was showing you this before, you'll notice that the rust was a lot worse than it is now. There's just a tiny little bit on there. So yeah, just with a little bit more time, I can get the rest of that off. But since it is beginning to get dark, I need to get back inside and start getting my house ready. So, alright, hope you guys have found this video useful. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and subscribe for more bike fun. Alright, I'll see you guys later.